I'm waiting for some laundry to finish, and while I'm doing that, I decided to make a little bit of a video because I came across something that made me feel a little bit nostalgic and a little curious. I've been on YouTube for a pretty long time. I've had my channel since my mid-teens. Sadly, that's quite a while ago. I've had a pretty wide variety of content on my channel through the years, and I've definitely been doing YouTube on and off. But during that on and off time, I've done skits, I've done music, I've done vlogs, and in recent years, I've made my channel a lot more film-centric. And that includes talking about movies, and more specifically, movie reviews. And while you could say the movie reviews started a couple of years ago, in reality, they started 10 years ago. Yeah, I did my first movie review on YouTube 10 years ago, back when I was 18 years old. I was 18 when I graduated high school. It really does not feel like it's been that long. Don't get old, guys. Although I really love movies in general, I also really like terrible movies. Not terrible ones that are so bad that they're unwatchable, but terrible ones that are so terrible that they actually end up being funny because they're so terrible. When I was a teenager, I was a fan of the show MST3K. At the time, it wasn't on the air anymore, but I had got wind of it, and people started posting episodes on YouTube. And one of the ones that I watched was a movie that was made in the late 90s called Future War, which was a weird Terminator ripoff, so to speak. One day, I went to Disc Replay, and I actually got a copy of the movie without the MST3K commentary. And I was like, holy crap, this is gonna be so cool. And then I watched it, and I was like, holy shit, this is really fucking terrible. Pardon my language, but it's honestly appropriate when describing this movie. And not long after that, when I was just playing around on YouTube at the age of 18, back when I was a high schooler, I decided that I would do a movie review of Future War. And considering what I do remember about how I used to make videos back then, and how little experience I had in front of the camera, I think this is going to be rather cringeworthy. But without further ado, I have my laptop in front of me. I have the video up, Future War movie review from 10 years ago. I've got some earbuds that I'm going to put in right now. Reaction video time. Let's watch Future War movie review. Oh yeah, this was the intro that I used to do in a lot of my videos. I thought it was cool. It wasn't. Future War. Wow. And I tried to be clever there by putting the titles in and fading them in like the title did, and failed even more than the movie did.
Hi, my name's Steve Jensen. Some of you on YouTube might know me as Scoobert YTP.
Oh my god,
yes, I
that
am
hair.
the director of The Devil's Labyrinth. No, I will not be making any more of The Devil's Labyrinth. Honestly,
okay, so
I did not like The Devil's Labyrinth.
Thank you.
I know I could have done a lot better, and I know I still can do a lot better. So, I don't know if I'll remake it, but I'm not going to continue it from where I left off.
Okay, I'm gonna pause this for a second. So, wow, I forgot that I did that. So first, what the hell is going on with my hair? I kind of wish I had that much hair again, but unfortunately it doesn't grow like it used to. It still grows pretty long, but it's thinning in certain parts and doesn't grow out all poofy like it did then. And you can tell that I totally have like a deer in the headlights look when I'm on camera. I had very little experience in front of the camera. You guys probably know this already. I actually, a couple of years ago, did a video where I watched the entirety of the movie all the way through, but when I was 15, what I'm referring to by The Devil's Labyrinth here is when I was 15, I made a Sims 2 horror film called The Devil's Labyrinth. It's one of the first things that I uploaded on YouTube, and because it was so early in the days of YouTube, and because it was a Sims 2 horror movie, it ended up not really blowing up in terms of millions of views, but for me, I thought it had blown up at the age of 15. And it was something like 35,000 views total or something like that. But anyway, once I posted the first parts, a lot of people were asking me, when are you going to upload the rest? And I didn't want to because I thought the movie was stupid. But anyway, I'm talking too much about that. I better get back to the rest of the movie review and this reaction.
And I have some other ideas that I want to work with. for other films and stories that I think you guys would like. But honestly, my filmmaking is not what I wanted to talk to you about today. I want to
hear
do
my
a
pet
movie
birds
review,
in the
which is
background.
something I don't usually do. Let's just say that I used to have a hobby of picking out really, really badly made movies that were so bad that they were actually funny.
What do you mean
And
used to?
this one is Future War.
Can barely see it.
Those of you who watch MST3K probably know about this movie. And those of you who have seen it know that despite some mind-numbingly slow parts, this movie is freaking hilarious. Let's just say, the title, Future War. When I first saw that title, I was like, whoa, cool. This is gonna be like 2,000 years in the future, and there's gonna be like a bunch of soldiers trying to kill each other and shit. Holy crap.
I was doing
Even
this
if this
totally
is
off
bad,
the
it's gonna have
cuff.
some cheesy special effects that I can watch.
I can tell.
No. Future War does not take place in the future, and there's no war.
It's true.
I don't know why this is the title of this movie. Seriously.
I don't either.
Let's just say that this movie has somehow combined kickboxing, dinosaurs, a Terminator ripoff, space cyborgs, and Christianity. Are you confused yet?
A little bit of a
One
weird
thing
edit
that
there.
I must really stress about this movie are the special effects done with the dinosaurs. The director of this movie is also the guy who did the creature effects, Anthony Dublin.
This
I
movie
think
is bad.
How he pronounces his name.
Trust me, it's really bad.
He uses forced perspective to do the dinosaurs. Just in case you do not know what forced perspective is, it's when you take something really small and put it in front of the camera to make it look huge.
Now I'm going to pause this real quick. No, younger Steve, that's not entirely what forced perspective is. Yes, that's an example of forced perspective, but forced perspective is basically what it sounds like. Forcing the view of a perspective upon the viewer. It's an example of me being young and naive and just using a very small example of one thing and saying that's the whole thing. But anyway, here we go.
And he didn't do a very good job with it in this movie.
No, he didn't.
To give you an example of forced perspective,
And neither did you, young Steve. Ah, my old keyboard. I still have it.
let's take this paper mache penguin that I made in the 7th grade for art class.
Why did I still have
paper
that?
mache penguin, right? But with forced perspective. Oh my god, it's a giant penguin! And Future War did not do it much better. Honestly, I don't think it did do it better. Watch this scene and you'll see.
I kind of want to watch this movie again now. It is really, really bad and unintentionally hilarious. Seriously though, watch it with the MST3K commentary. It's so much better than watching it without it. So he rammed a pole across his chest and didn't really touch him, but fell over.
And another really bad part about this movie is the fight scenes.
That was kind of a jarring cut.
I mean, I'll admit, Daniel Bernhardt has a pretty good physique, and let's just say he knows how to throw a punch and throw a kick. But the timing of the punches is really bad.
So is the timing of your
Look, during
speech
this one
patterns.
part, Daniel Bernhardt's character just stands there and screams while the other guy is about to punch him.
Good job outlining who Daniel Bernhardt is.
Why did he just stand here that long? And Daniel Bernhardt also has a very thick accent, also like Jean-Claude Van Damme. And some of the words he says are kind of unclear, but there is one that is definitely clear. And we hear it probably a jillion times in the movie. That's
I
not
miss
a
my
number,
pet birds.
but after watching this movie, it should be.
I hear them in the background.
The main word he chooses is chaw. Yeah, here are some examples.
Steve, you somehow made the movie's editing worse. I didn't think I could do that.
And that is about 1% of what you hear in the movie.
It
Another
is.
main thing I'd like to stress is this one major plot hole. There's one scene in the movie where Daniel Bernhardt is talking to the girl he meets in the movie, and
Choose your words, Steve.
she asks him what the aliens want and all that crap, and he mentions that the cyborgs abducted humans to do their work for them because they don't have hands. If they don't have hands, how the hell did they build the machines that they use for time travel, let alone their ships?
Steve swearing
How?
with his parents in
The
the
only
next room.
semi-decent thing about the movie is the music, done by Arlen H. Ball.
It's not
but-
that good, actually.
Doesn't it sound a heck of a lot like the Terminator?
Why didn't you actually say that instead of writing it down, Steve? By the way, that's the worst looking police station ever. Looks like it was shot in someone's garage.
And during this one fight scene, there are a lot of switches between the runaway's chest being cut up and it being healed.
Never once in the review before this did I
There are a
refer
lot
to
of
him as the
continuity
runaway,
errors in this movie. I'm not even going to go through them all.
as in this
But
review.
here is one thing that lets you know that you are watching a truly badly made movie.
Why am I doing that with my head?
This is a scene where a newscaster and his cameraman are going to the site of a dinosaur attack, let's say.
I forgot
Notice-
about this.
The camera that the cameraman is holding. It's a freaking cardboard box with a camera lens taped to it.
Okay, I'm gonna pause this for a second. I don't know what's funnier. Reliving being surprised by that camera in the movie that's just a cardboard box with a camera lens taped to it, or like my deer in the headlights expression for like 3 full seconds before revealing what I was about to say. Like, I'm like, I say the line and then I'm just like staring at the camera like, yeah, I was young.
I kid you not, this is the movie. And look at that guy's microphone. I mean, that is a hand-drawn number 2. A hand-drawn number 2. What the hell? And during the fight scenes in the factory, the boxes that they throw around are obviously filled with absolutely nothing. I mean, you hear glass shattering in all of them, but look at this. I mean, you can tell clearly that there's nothing in these boxes at all.
It's actually true.
I mean, what is this? The Air Factory? Another
Nice
really
try at
funny
a joke.
scene is this one. The runaway has gone to a halfway house where he's staying with this one lady who happens to be a nun. That's where well, she's a retired nun. That's where the Christianity thing comes to play. But I'm not going to really get in depth about that. Anyway,
Thanks for elaborating, Steve.
he's with her and these two really fat guys. Yeah, the MS-23K guys called this a halfway house for huge guys. And a very badly acted Mo Howard prototype, as you can see here.
That actually wasn't
There's
that
one
bad.
scene where one of the dinosaurs breaks
Good
into
job,
the house
Steve.
through a window, and the white fat guy tries to hit it with a baseball bat or something. I don't really know what it was. But look closely when the dinosaur hits him, which is actually pretty funny. That is obviously a dummy. It doesn't even have any hair. Future War, one of the truly bad movies of the 90s. Alright, that is it for the review.
Very
See you
awkward
guys
edit
later.
there. Okay. Honestly, I expected that to be a lot worse. I expected it to be much more cringeworthy. I can't even say cringeworthy. Cringeworthy. But anyway, that was fun. But yeah, that's what I looked like and acted like and sounded like 10 years ago. I've changed a lot, I think. But anyway, thanks for watching this video, guys. Thanks for reliving my awkward teen years with me. or at least a very small fraction of them. Stay tuned for more content coming soon, and I'll see you guys later.